Good morning, students. In this session, I am going to teach about acquired immunity. So we learned in the previous session there are two types of immunity. One is innate immunity. Second one is acquired immunity. Innate immunity we learned it's getting by the birth itself. Acquired immunity we are not getting at the time of birth. So what is meant by this acquired immunity? It is pathogen specific and characterized by memory. Okay, I told pathogen specific for a different pathogens or like antigens like bacteria, virus, we need different antibodies. So for each pathogen we need different antibodies. So it is pathogen specific and characterized by memory. That I'll tell you what is the meaning of this memory. And then after this next point, when pathogen encounters body for first time, body responds by producing initial response that is known as primary immune response, that is in low intensity. When same pathogen encounter again, body elicits a highly intensified secondary or anamnestic response. Clear? So this secondary response produced in body is due to memory of first encounter of pathogen. So what is happening first time when the pathogen enters into the body will produce the antibodies to kill that particular pathogen. That is known as what it is known as initial response or primary immune response. That is in low intensity. I told you this is happening when you take vaccination. They will be injecting mild germs. Okay, they are injecting mild germs. Our body will start to produce antibody to kill that germ. But next time when that particular germ will enter in, body is ready to kill that germ. So second time it will produce more with high intensity. Okay, so that is not a secondary response. So when same pathogen encounter again, body elicit highly intensified secondary or anamnestic response. So that is known as anamnestic response. This secondary response produced in body is due to memory of first encounter of pathogen. Clear? Then which are the types of acquired immunity? One is antibody mediated immunity or humoral immunity. Second is cell mediated immunity or CMI. So two types, antibody mediated immunity or humoral immunity, CMI or cell mediated immunity. What is the difference between these two? Let us see. First one is, which are the tissues involved in acute immunity? Tissues involved in acute immunity are B lymphocytes. Lymphocyte means WBC, white blood cell. B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. B lymphocytes produce antibodies. T lymphocytes help B cells to produce antibodies. Clear? So which are the two main cells in WBC or lymphocytes? B cells and T cells. B cells can produce antibodies. T cells, what will do? Helps B cells to produce antibodies. Then antibody mediated acquired immunity. So what is meant by antibody mediated acquired immunity means lymphocytes or WBC, which contain B and T cells, mediate process of primary and secondary immune response. So just now I told what is meant by primary and secondary immune response. So this WBC, which contains two B cells and T cells, which mediate process of primary and secondary immune response. When a pathogen invade body, B lymphocytes identifies that as foreign substance and responds by producing an army of proteins called antibodies. So actually what is antibody? Antibody means they are proteins. Okay. So when any antigen, any pathogen like any bacteria or virus, we will call them as antigen. What our body will produce, that is called antibodies. So when a pathogen invades body, B lymphocytes identifies that as foreign substance and responds by producing an army of proteins that they are known as antibodies. Antibodies are protein which fight against pathogen to eradicate them from body. So antibodies nothing but what they are protein which fight against pathogen to eradicate them from body. Then T lymphocytes or T cell helps B cell to produce antibodies. Just we told what is function of the T cell. T cell helps B cell to produce antibodies. Since antibodies are found in blood, this immunity response is also called humoral immunity response. So what is another name for antibody mediated acquired immunity? It is also known as humoral immunity response. Why it is called humoral immunity response? Since antibodies are found in blood, this immunity response is called humoral immunity response. Clear? The next, here you can see the humoral immunity. So this is the lymphocytes or WBC. You can see that I told it contains B cells and T cells. B cell can produce antibody, T cell which helps the B cell to produce antibody. You can see here Y shape. These are the antibodies. They are coming out and it kills the antigen. This is the virus or bacteria. Same thing you can see here. This is the lymphocyte. It gives out antibodies, the Y shape. These are the antibodies that will go and kill the antigen. Okay, which is present in the bloodstream. It is happening in the bloodstream. These antibodies are present in the blood, so they are known as humoral immunity. So this is the same like humoral immunity, what I told, the same process. Then what are the structure and types of antibodies? So now we told this Y shape. What is the structure of antibodies? Antibodies means we told they are proteins produced by lymphocytes. They are the proteins produced by lymphocytes or WBC. A molecule of antibody, it contains 4 peptide chains. How many? One molecule of antibody contains 4 peptide chains. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 peptide chains. Of 4 peptide chains, 2 are small called light chains, 2 are long called heavy chains. You can see here 1, 2. They are small, they are called light chains. This one and this one, they are long chains. They are known as heavy chains. So it is represented by H2L2. It means 2 heavy chains and 2 light chains, H2L2. Different types of antibodies are produced in our body are IgA, IgM, IgE, IgG and IgD. So these are the different types of antibodies produced in our body. IgA, IgM, IgE, IgG, IgD. Then what is CMI or cell mediated immunity? Mediated by T lymphocytes. This immunity, it is mediated by which lymphocyte? T cells. Okay, T cells it mediate. Examples: macrophages, neutrophils, etc. T cells identifies the infected cell which express antigen on its surface and releases certain protein called cytokine which disrupts the infected cell. So in the previous case, what we told, the antibody will go and kill the B cell which produce the antibody will go and kill the pathogen. But here what is happening? The T cells identifies the infected cell. So which cell is infected? We have to disrupt that cell. Otherwise, what will happen? From there, it will spread to the next healthy cell. It will go to the next healthy cell. So what a T cell will do? It identifies the infected cell which express antigen on its surface, release a certain protein. That protein, they are known as cytokine, which disrupts the infected cell. Okay, to destroys or disrupts the infected cell. For transplantation of human organs like heart, eye, liver, kidney, it's very important to find suitable donor. You would have heard it, kidney transplantation or liver transplantation. Always we need a suitable donor. It means it should match with our body or it should match with the acceptor body or patient body. Otherwise, the patient may die or some other problems will create. So for transplantation of human organs like heart, eye, liver, kidney, it's very important to find suitable donor. Grafts of transplantation cannot be obtained from any animal or primate. Primate means the one gives that group is called primate, or any human being rejected by the acceptor or patient sooner or later. If there is a graft of transplantation, it cannot be obtained from any animal. It is rejected by acceptor or patient sooner or later. To avoid complications, what we will do? Tissue matching or blood group matching we will do. First, we will find whether it is suitable for the donor or acceptor. For that, we will be doing tissue matching, blood group matching to avoid the complications after transplantation. After transplantation, patient has to take immune suppressants all his or her life. So what they after transplant, suppose there is a kidney transplantation, you think after that patient has to take immune suppressants throughout their life. What is meant by immune suppressant? It means after an organ transplantation, you'll need to take immunosuppressant drugs. These drugs help prevent your immune system from attacking the donor organ. So your immune system will think there is a foreign organ or foreign substance like it came from other person. So what will happen? Sometime our immune system, it will start produce antibody and will destroy the organ or will kill the organ. Okay. So to avoid that, what we have to take? We have to take this immunosuppressant. So these drugs help prevent your immune system from attacking the donor organ. Clear? Typically, they must be taken for the lifetime of your transplanted organ. Understood? That is meaning of immune suppressants. Else, body will differentiate between self and non-self, and graft rejection will take place. Okay, so body can differentiate which is self and which is non-self, and the graft rejection will takes place. Then, so what is meant by the cell-mediated immune response? Cell-mediated immune response is an immune response that does not involve antibodies. Rather, cell-mediated immunity is the activation of phagocytes, antigen-specific cytotoxic T lymphocytes, and the release of various cytokines in response to antigen. So that is known as cell-mediated immunity. So I'll repeat, it is an immune response that does not involve antibodies. Rather, cell-mediated immunity is the activation of phagocytes, antigen-specific cytotoxic T lymphocytes, and the release of various cytokines in response to antigen. That is known as cell-mediated immunity. So you can see here cell-mediated response. You can see first T cell makes contact and releases granules. See, this is a T cell. So this is the infected cell. Okay. So these are the T cell. What it will do, it makes contact and releases granules. You can see here the granules here. Virus infected host cell. So this is the virus infected host cell. Virus particle, you can see here, it multiplied and you can see here many virus particle. Second, the granules induce cell to self-destruct. Virus cannot replicate. Then what these granules will do? These granules induce cell to self-destruct or destroy. Induce cell to self-destruct. Virus cannot replicate or they cannot duplicate. Okay, that is a function of this T cell. That is known as cell-mediated response. The next one is active and passive immunity. Immunity conferred in body is basically two types, active immunity and passive immunity. What is the difference between active and passive? Active means it is a slow process. It takes time to give its full effective response. It's a very slow process. It takes long time to get the proper response. What are the reasons for active immunity? It is generated in body due to injection of mild nurtured microbes during immunization or vaccination, or when infectious organism enters body during natural infection, induce active immunity. I told if any microbe enter into the body, or in the case of immunization or vaccination, I told they are injecting the mild microbes or mild germs. So bodies start to produce antibodies, but it's little slow process. That is known as active immunity, generated in body due to injection of mild natured microbes during immunization or when infectious organism enters body during natural infection. It induces active immunity, but it's very slow process. Body started to produce antibodies, but it's very slow. Mechanism of active immunity. Microbe enters body and identified by B and T lymphocytes as antigen, and in response to that, body produce antibodies specific to that antigen. So microbe enters body and identified by B and T lymphocytes, B cells and T cells of WBC as antigen, and in response to that, body produce antibodies specific to that antigen. Antibodies can act against pathogen or antigen and provides immune response. Okay, that is known as active immunity. Antibodies can then act against pathogen, or it is also known as antigens, and provides immune response, that is active immunity. Then what is meant by passive immunity? It's a quick process, does not take time to show immune response. So it's a very quick and fast process. It will not take, it will give very immediate response. Reasons of passive immunity: generated in body when ready-made antibodies of pathogens are directly injected into body. Here what is happening? In other case, our body has to produce antibodies, so it will take time. So it is a slow process. Here, ready-made antibodies of pathogens are directly injected into the body. What is the mechanism of passive immunity? When antibodies against a specific antigen or pathogen is directly injected into bloodstream, body develops immune response against pathogen in the absence of pathogen due to antibodies. So our body will not produce. Before that, we are directly injecting the antibodies into the bloodstream to kill that particular pathogen. Clear? Thus, when pathogen invades body, the immune response is quickly shown. Presence of antibody in body. Since antibodies are directly injected, the cells B and D responsible to produce antibodies does not involve. So there is a quick immune response will take place. So we are directly injecting the antibodies to the blood. The cells B and T responsible to produce antibodies does not involve. So quick response will happen. Quick immune response will happen. For this best one example we can tell a colostrum. There is a yellowish fluid secreted by mother during initial period of lactation. IgA antibodies which provides immunity to infant and fetus also get some antibodies through placenta. So usually we will tell the breastfeeding it's good till the child will become 1 year or 2 years, the child will get good immunity. The reason is colostrum, it is a yellowish fluid secreted by mother during initial period of lactation. What it contains? It contains IgA antibodies which provides immunity to infant, and fetus also gets some antibodies through placenta. So that is passive immunity. Thank you, students.